Hello internet world, welcome to a new video on the Geekanoids channel. Today's video is really exciting for me actually, because I've tested quite a lot of smartphones lately, including the slightly bigger Samsung Galaxy S10, and I personally, and I've seen a lot of other reviewers and tech enthusiasts being more excited about the Samsung Galaxy S10e, so the sort of more entry level, I was going to say cheaper, it's still quite expensive, but the more attainable and smaller, more compact S10e. I'm really excited to bring you my review today and also show you some photos that I've taken with the rear facing camera on this. A big thank you must go out to Vodafone. They sent this out to me for the review, made this video possible. They haven't asked me to say any particular thing about the phone, so this is completely my opinion. You can find a link to the Vodafone website down in the video description though, so if you want to pick up one of these for yourself on the Vodafone network, then please do use that link. There are also some links to where you can pick up the Samsung Galaxy S10e in other countries, and also cases and accessories. There are affiliate links, they earn me a little bit of commission. They don't cost you a penny extra, they just help support the channel a little bit, so please do use those links. Now, before I get on with the review, this is a live broadcast, so I want to say a big hello to everyone tuning in live. That includes Warwick Sylvester, Charlie B, Patrick Sullivan, Sophie G and David Romero Hermo. Thank you very much for tuning in. David, a regular viewer tuning in from Spain. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now back to the Samsung Galaxy S10e. I'm not going to run through all the specifications, they're readily available online. This is going to be a real user review, my opinion about the quality and how it's been performing for me. Now first of all, the screen. Obviously this is the more compact of the Samsung Galaxy S10s. It's a really nice screen, beautifully lit, and instead of having an elongated cutout for the camera, this is a single hole punch in that camera, just in this top corner here. Very nicely done screen, and in fact I do prefer this to the larger two offerings, the S10 and the S10 Plus, purely because the screen doesn't wrap around the edges. And the issue I was having, and have done in the past with screens like that, is even when you're just holding it like this, if your finger or your thumb just creeps around onto the edge, then you interact with it. Now this has still got this sort of edge tray that you can pull out for shortcuts, but I don't accidentally touch it all the time. And then we've also got these very small bezels, sort of top and bottom, and at least when you're playing a game, you've still got something to hold on to, just about. It's very close, but certainly the false interaction with the screen is a lot less with this particular smartphone. And the screen is still really nice viewing angles, really nice colour to it, and very nice resolution. It's a pin sharp screen. Samsung know how to do brilliant screens, they really do, and this is no exception. This is absolutely fantastic. So a really nice screen, that's the first thing. Speakers on this, okay, they go loud enough, they're not fantastic, but they are more than good enough for a smartphone. I've heard better, in fact the iPhone XS Max and the XS I think have got better speakers on this, and this is I'm talking about for when you're actually watching back media, so watching back YouTube videos or your own videos that you've captured. For listening to phone calls, exactly the same as any other smartphone, nice clear audio. The actual build quality on this, very good indeed. We've got the power button on the side with the fingerprint sensor actually integrated in here rather than being under the screen. I personally prefer that. I know under the screen sensors are meant to be the future. For me, this just resides in the right position. In fact, if I turn the phone off, so it's currently off, and then just push and tap, then it unlocks. We do that once more, it's off, and then push and tap, and it unlocks. It just falls under the, you know, you're going to unlock it with your thumb anyway. You're going to turn the power button on, so having the fingerprint sensor there makes a lot of sense. Volume rocker on the side here, and the Bixby button. Again, I mentioned this in my S10 review. The Bixby button you can actually reassign to another app. You can do double tap or single tap, but one of those interactions still has to launch Bixby. You can't reassign both, unless you use a third-party app, of course. Across the bottom, we've got USB-C. We've also got the 3.5mm audio jack. We've also got the microphone and speaker. Does do wireless charging as well, which is really nice. And then across the top, we've got another sort of secondary mic and also the SIM card tray. On the back, we've got dual cameras and the flash. Really nice camera performance. I'm going to show you that now actually. Let's switch across to showing you how the camera performed. Here we go. This is how the camera performed. These are some photos that I took with the camera. This is the front facing camera, of course. So selfies I think are really good. A little tiny bit washed out though, if I was being honest. All of the other photos are taken with the rear camera. Yeah, Milo's the star of the show again. Just look at the detail in his little beard there. And then this was taken on my new position for my Funko figurines. Really nice colour and a good amount of detail in these photos. I absolutely love how these photos look actually from the rear facing camera. I think the rear facing camera actually performs a lot better than the front facing camera, in fact. I just think it performs a lot better. And this one here, yeah, this was taken in a bit more challenging situation, but still some good detail in it. And here's my little back soon sign I was colouring up yesterday, doing a little bit of craft. And actually, just to tell you a story behind this camera, the PowerShot A80 that you're seeing on your screen now, that was my very first YouTube camera. That was what I used to start YouTube. On a piece of grey, I was recording top down on a piece of grey card using that camera. And that camera, although the screen is a little bit dodgy on it now, it's got a flip around, fully articulating screen. Yeah, fully articulating. It's actually sitting on the shelf behind me there. You can see it just up on the shelf next to the microphone. It still works to this day. Use it as a compact flash card, still works. But anyway, I digress. Back to the Samsung Galaxy S10e. Now I want to just show you some of the video that I captured. I'm showing you on the screen of the phone. So not only do you get to see the 4K or UHD resolution video that is captured, which is really smooth, really nice and detailed, nice punchy colours in this, if I was being honest, probably a little bit oversaturated on the colours, but it also gives you a chance to see the screen in action as well, and the screen on the S10e really is good, as is the camera performance. Now I think, if memory serves me right, both the rear facing camera and the front facing camera can record in UHD resolution 3840 by 2160 up to 30 frames per second. I think the rear facing one goes up to 60 frames per second. So really very, very good performance from the cameras. I don't think you'll have any complaint at all with the camera performance. One other thing I just wanted to touch on, and that was sort of performance, sort of transitioning between screens and the out-of-the-box experience. So launching apps and switching between apps is really very, very snappy. I don't think you have any issue with the performance at all. I haven't even seen any frame drops on this or any sort of stutters when going backwards and forwards between apps. It's just so nice to use. Notifications tray obviously at the top, and then you can swipe down anywhere on the screen to get into the app tray, or you can swipe up. So just a really nice, very, very snappy performance. With regards to what was I was going to cover off one other thing which was really important. Oh, battery life. Almost forgot. This is the beauty of doing these live. Battery life has been stellar. Very, very good indeed, and that's probably due to it being a slightly smaller phone, maybe less pixels to run on the screen. Whatever they're doing here, this has got a slightly better battery life, in fact, or in my experience, to the slightly larger S10. So S10e battery trumps the S10 battery. I've yet to do my review of the S10 Plus. Hopefully that's coming up in a week or two, but there's been so many smartphones lately that I can't do them all. That's pretty much it. I think I've covered everything I want to say about this. The build quality is rock solid. It's got some solidity to it, this phone as well. It's a nice weight. It doesn't feel hollow. It just feels really nice in the hand, and a very, very nice size. I'm right-handed, so this is how I would normally hold it. And in fact, for me, I think that this actually is the better choice out of the two I've tested so far. The S10 Plus, admittedly, I haven't had that in hand, so I can't comment on that really, although that is a lot larger phone, so I would imagine that's going to be a little bit more tricky to handle than even the S10. But out of the two, let's say out of the two, because I can only say what I've actually used, out of the S10 and the S10e, I would choose this every single time. I think it's a much nicer phone. The screen's plenty big enough, really nice performance, and I can sort of get over this smaller little cutout in the screen this time around. Much better than a notch, in fact. Teardrop notches I think are okay now. I can just about get away with those. This I think is far less obtrusive than a big notch like we've got on the iPhone XS Max, for example. I'd much rather have this, and I do like the little tiny bezels around the side. I think it just looks very, very nice. It's available in lots of different colours, in fact. In fact, in the live chat here, we've got Nigel Sugden. Hello, Nigel. Saying, good morning. I have the canary yellow S10e myself, and I'm loving it so far. I'd love to see that yellow version of the phone. As you probably have guessed from the photos, some of the photos there, especially that shelf shot that I did and the video I showed you on here, I've got a yellow shelf on the studio, and I absolutely love yellow as a colour, so I would imagine it looks very striking. Gadget Dad, I hope you're dressed from the waist down. I am dressed from the waist down, no worries there. Very funny. That is it for the review of the Samsung Galaxy S10e. Thanks to everyone for tuning in live. I really do appreciate it. If you're watching after the live broadcast, then leave your comments in the regular comment section below. And also, if you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on my future videos. Don't forget to check out the links down below. There's a link to the Vodafone website where you can pick this up for yourself. There's also links to where you can pick this up in other countries and some cases and accessories. So please do use those if you can. I'm going to be taking one last question actually. I was going to finish the broadcast, but one last question just came in. Warwick Sylvester. Hi Dave, great content as usual. Thank you very much, Warwick. Does this S10e have any blue tint at viewing angles? So we're talking about the tint at viewing angles because my iPhone XS has terrible blue shift. Should I contact Apple or would they fob me off? Well, first of all, straight on, angle. Straight on, angle. I think that speaks for itself. A lot of phones suffer from this, this included. So this is quite a cool tint to it anyway, but when you look at it straight on, it is definitely a nice bright white, and when you put it at an angle, you're going to get the blue tint. It's something that happens with OLED screens, unfortunately. To a lesser degree, I found that happening with the Samsung Galaxy S10, but certainly more on this one, the S10e. My iPhone XS Max doesn't have a blue tint, in my opinion, when you tilt it to the side, but I did handle the iPhone XS and that did. I also remember the iPhone X, that had a blue tint, and also the Pixel 3 had a blue tint as well. So Apple might just say it's one of the things you're going to have to live with, or they might give you the opportunity to try another handset. They might give you a swap out just to try. I don't think they'll fob you off because it is a problem that some people have, but I do think that it's something that is a trait of quite a lot of OLED screens. So anyway, that is it for this particular video. I hope that helped, Warwick, and I hope you get your issue sorted with your iPhone XS. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Please do hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in another one very soon.